Hi, and welcome to Missed It by How Much. This is the channel that tests sports hypotheses by using computer game engines. We're currently playing the 1990 season in the Major League Baseball using Action PC Baseball, and we're managing the Los Angeles Dodgers, hoping to win the National League West without Alfredo Griffin as our starting shortstop. Since our last video, we've played 4 in San Francisco, and the first game of a 3-game set in Cincinnati. Let's show you how those games went. The first game in San Francisco, the Dodgers lost 6-4. That game wasn't particularly close, only because the Dodgers scored 3 in the 9th did it seem respectable. Mike Morgan gave up 3 earned runs, and then Jay Howell came in and added some more fuel to the fire, giving up 6 hits in 2 innings and earned himself a ticket onto the minor league reserve group. Scott Garrelts pitched much better than his normal 4.65 ERA, giving up only 1 earned run in 6 2/3. And even though Bedrosian gave up 3 runs in the 9th, that was aided by an error by Robbie Thompson. Sharperson had 2 in 1 inning that helped the Giants, but I believe a 3-run home run by Mitchell, in the first kind of ended things for the most part. Eddie Murray, Cal Daniels did well, but this game was not as close as the final score said. A game that was close was the next game, in which the Dodgers led at one point either 7-3 or 7-4 early on. Yeah. 7-3 going into the bottom of the 5th. And I considered pulling Neidlinger, and I did not. And he let the first 2 base runners on, and then things went really downhill. Munoz couldn't get left-hander out. Hartley came in, did not pitch well. It snowballed. It was 9-9 going into the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers had come back, I believe. If I can remember correctly, Cal Daniels hit a 2-run home run. Well, let's go back to the play-by-play. Daniels hit the 2-run homer after Murray walked and made it 7-3. Here's the unraveling. Butler walked. Clark singled. Munoz came in for Bass. Bass singled. Then Hartley came in. And he immediately gave up a 3-run home run to Kevin Mitchell. Second game in a row with a 3-run shot, and that tied it. That's all that mattered. All that was needed. Stayed 7-7 until the bottom of the 6th. A passed ball gave the Giants the lead, 8-7, until the top of the 8th. Oh, I'm sorry, bottom of the 7th. Matt Williams hit a home run, made it 7-9. Okay, then the Dodgers tied it up. Gonzalez tripled, Gibson singled, Harris lined a single. This is a good inning. At least it started out that way. Sharperson grounded to second. We got runners at the corners. Vizcaino singled. So now there's 1 out, and you got a runner at first and second. And Kelly Downs came in, and he walked Dempsey to load the bases. But Brooks struck out, and Murray flied out. So it only stayed tied. And then Gott came in, struck out as 1 person. Litton singled. Walsh came in. Butler singled, first and second with 1 out. Clark singled, and the bases are loaded. Downs came up, and I thought they would pinch hit for him. They did not, and he struck out. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and I bring in Wetland to try to close it out against Kingery, I believe. And he threw a wild pitch. And then he gave up a single. So then it was 11-9, and that was all she wrote. Which was very frustrating because when you're up 7-3, you should feel like you have a decent chance to win a game. And the Dodgers did not. On the road, it's a completely different entity as playing at home when you have that bottom of the ninth there for the other team. Unless you have a big lead, you don't feel comfortable. The next game was a blowout. 4 in the first. I believe Eddie Murray hit a home run. Belcher just did not pitch well. Mitchell hit another home run. That's his third. This one was only a 2-run home run. So you see how it's going. But before this series had started, and when I count the series, I count the first game at home when they played, and Ramon pitched well. I wanted 2 out of these 5. I would have loved one of them earlier, but they did finally win the last game. They did finally win the last game of the 4-game set in San Francisco, 5-2. And this was, again, nerve-wracking, but not a huge come-from-behind win, you know. They were losing 1-0. On a Mitchell single. They trailed to the 4th. Gibson, who had 4 hits, doubles. Harris reaches on an error. Sharperson singles him in. So it's 1-1 going to the 6th. They get a run. Gibson single, infield single, stole second. Harris moves him to third, and Sharperson singles him in. So you have a 2-1 lead. And again, Howell was still there. I said he got sent down, but he still was there for this game. Then he got sent down for good. And Hartley got injured after he came in. Howell came in to face Carter and gave up a home run immediately, which tied the game at 2. And you think, well, things have not gone well this series. It's going to go downhill. But in the 7th, with Bedrosian pitching again, who they had scored 3 on the 2 days before, the 2 previous, not the last game, but the game before that. Brooks flies out, Murray flies out, Daniels hits a solo home run to give him the lead. Then Gonzalez, who stepped up in Javier's absence, who got injured, doubled, and Gibson singled him in. And then in the 9th, Daniels walks, Gibson doubles him in. Actually, let me go back. With 1 out, Daniels walks Gonzalez, forced Daniels a second, and then Gonzalez scores on Gibson's double. He beat out the double play to give him a chance. To 5-2, and then Cruz 1-2-3 in the 9th. So they do manage to get the I wouldn't call it a split, but they only lose 1 game in the standings out of the 5, which is what you're looking for. You're trying to stay at about 500 pace. As I've said in previous videos, we've done the hard work. Now we just don't want a huge losing streak to blow the division. It's ours to lose, I feel like, at this point. Just play 500 ball. Javier out to the 14th, a 9-game injury, or 9-day injury. And Hartley just for that day. In the first game of the series, Sosha had been injured. Let's show you that. For the rest of the series, and that was because I played him too many days. I had not paid attention to the 10-day limit, for him starting of games in a row, and I did not see the exclamation point by his name, which I don't know why it wasn't there. So I played him on his 11th day, and on the 11th day, he got hurt. Fortunately, he was back. There you see Javier and Hartley's injuries. Fortunately, he was back for the first game of this 3-game set against Cincinnati in Cincinnati. Game 5 of the road trip. Unfortunately, we faced Jose Rijo, who pitched well enough to win. The Dodgers got one in the 4th. I think that was the more conventional way. Murray walked, Scioscia struck out, Gibson walked, Harris popped to third, and Sharperson singled in. And Sharperson had a lot of RBI singles. 1-0 in the 5th. Glenn Braggs homered off of Ramon. And then that was pretty much it for the Cincinnati offense. I don't even feel like it was very shaky towards the end. The Dodgers scored in the 7th. Out of nowhere, Gonzalez hits a solo home run to right field. That was the difference in the game. That was it. Ramirez went the whole way. And like I said, I don't feel like he was ever threatened towards the end. Even facing Braggs with 2 outs, I just felt like Martinez not only can go the length of the game easily with the pitch count that he has, he also seems to get better as the game goes on. Unfortunately, I did make one mistake, I believe, in this game. I don't see if it's offensive. The outfield assist by Rooms. That was my fault. Sharperson, he was at second, I believe. Let's see if I can find that. Maybe it happened. I can't find it, but anyhow, there was an outfield assist. Anyhow, I took the bait on trying to move up. I thought I could. I think I tried to get him to second or third. Either way, he got thrown out, even though it was an 85% chance of making it. Sorry, I can't find that for whatever reason. I'm missing it. Either way, my point is don't fall for the bait and go for it. I'm telling myself this. I know in a game like this with Rio, you want him to throw as many pitches as possible, so you can try to get him out of the game. He pitched 8 good, strong innings. That's just extra pitches that he would have had to throw. He ended up throwing only 105 before they replaced him because he was trailing. Otherwise, he would have pitched the complete game. Ramon threw 127 out of a possible 138. So, not a lot of offense and not a lot expected in that game. So, we're at 5 games out of the 15-game road trip, and we've won 2. We're looking to win 7 or 8. This is the rest of the road trip. 2 more in Cincinnati, 4 in Atlanta, and 4 in New York before coming home against Montreal. If you can win 5 of these next 10, split them, doing pretty well. This is going to be danger zone. So it'd be better to win some of those 5 right here. I know that's only 6 games I'm pointing at, but this is going to be hard. We do not have a good record against the Mets, and they are a good team. We do have trouble with left-handers, and that's what we'll see today. Danny Jackson will take the hill for the Reds in the second game of this 3-game set. And we'll try to win our 64th against 44 losses. Giants 3.5 back. As we have a moment here while the game's repopulating, you can see Oakland and Minnesota dueling. Boston ahead, now Baltimore in second. Toronto's dropped all the way to 5th. But everybody here in contention within 3 games. The Mets lead Pittsburgh by only 1.5. Montreal, who we will see in the middle of the month, hanging around as well. San Francisco did lose the first game of their series after we left town against Houston. That was a game that on a day we did not play, so we gained half a game, so it went to 4 games from 3.5. Again, after winning with Ramon, we had a 5.5 game lead. After the series was finished in San Francisco, we were down to 3.5, which before the game with Ramon, we only had a 4.5 game lead, so we only lost 1 game off the schedule. If we win today, we're 4 up. If we lose, we'll be 3 up. We do have a problem with left-handers, so we'll see. Talked about Jay Howell going down. In his place, Mike Munoz is another left-hander who may face Hal Morris. That might be the plan today. We'll see how the game goes. Sharperson will lead off. And he'll play third. Murray, first base. Gibson, who hits well on the road, will be third. Samuel will play second. U.P. Brooks gets a chance in right field. Cal Daniels all the way down to 6th. That's surprising. Excuse me. But we go where the numbers take us. Vizcaino is 7th. And Mike Scioscia hits 8th. That shows you how different our lineup is with Daniels hitting 6th. And Mike Morgan will get the start. How long he'll go? Nobody knows. Neidlinger will pitch the final game of the series. Hartley is ready and willing to come in. Not pitched well lately, but he's there. Cruz, everybody's available except Walsh. That's why Munoz is up as the second left-hander. I still don't have anybody who can really get left-handers out. Walsh is probably the best of the left-handers. In the playoff situation, maybe Fernando takes up that role. That's 674. That's pretty good. He's out today. Searage. That's not good. 814. So, I don't know what we're going to... We're still trying to find out roles this late in the season. Is kind of scary. But that's where it's at. Our bench is a little short because we have the extra pitcher. You could say, well, you stopped Cincinnati last time from hitting, but that was with Ramon. On the hill, Mike Morgan is a much different story. Excuse me. Another consideration is there could be rain today. This is not a dome. So he may get to go a little bit longer if it's close. Because if the rain comes, he'll be done. And if I bring in partly too soon, then he's finished. And then I'm scrambling to get enough outs with the bullpen I have. Jackson did beat the Dodgers in LA 5-3 earlier in the season. And it says it's already raining. So we'll see how things go. Sharperson starts it off. He grounds to third, one down for Eddie Murray. He walks. By the way, I think this is the 13th game in a row Oliver's played, because they don't have a good backup catcher. I don't understand why he hasn't been injured yet. But anyhow, moving on, worrying about my team. It's either a wild pitch or a passed ball, and Murray moves into scoring position. That's a passed ball on Oliver. And Gibson walks. So 2 on with 1 out for Samuel. Big opportunity here. Good numbers. OPS at 842. Ground ball to third. Sabo coming in. Fields it. Over to Morris. That should get him. It does. 2 down. Both runners move up for Brooks. Ground ball to Sabo again. This time this should be easy. Takes his time. And the Dodgers strand 2. They get nothing. We're through half an inning. Dodgers nothing. Reds coming up. There's a good start with the strikeout of Larkin. I don't know if that was a bunt or not. And then, oh no. Well, there's definitely an error. It was bunted on purpose. Scioscia jumps on it, throws to Samuel covering, bad throw. Samuel scoops it, he can't dig it out. It's out of play, and Morris ends up a second. Oh, already in trouble. That one I don't believe is Morgan's fault. It's Duncan. Ground ball to Sharperson. Cross to Murray. 2 out. Morris, I'm sure, moved up on the play. Nope, stayed at second. For Davis, who didn't play yesterday. Good numbers here. Pick your poison. You want Davis, you want Braggs. Braggs hit a home run the last game. We'll take Davis. Here we go. Fly ball to center. Gibson shifting to his right. Makes the catch. We're through 1. No score. Here's Daniels starting off the second by striking out. Vizcaino up next. Pops it up. Looks like Duncan's under it. He waves everyone off. And makes the catch. 2 down for Scioscia. It's a fly ball to center. Davis shifting to the right. He should have this one. We're through 1.5. No score. Here's Braggs against Morgan. There's a base hit up the middle. Poor play by Vizcaino. Braggs, any threat to run here? 55%. We're going to throw over just to see what happens. And it's down to 24. I like that better. Pitch to Sabo. And there's a base hit to center. Gibson picks it up. Braggs going to try for third. Oh, yeah, with the 0% chance. So we're in trouble already. Nobody out. Runners at the corners for Hatcher. Those are good numbers. This is the difference between having Ramon Martinez on the hill and Mike Morgan. There goes Sabo. And a hit and run. Hatcher hits it to Vizcaino, who makes a web gem. Wow. We're not going to throw home. We're going to take the out at second. And the run scores and the Reds lead 1-0. So a nice play by Vizcaino. And Hatcher has a chance to steal here. We're going to have to throw over here. It doesn't change. Now Oliver's performance should have to be affected by playing 13 games in a row when I think his limit is probably like 8. So we're going to try to throw over one more time, and then we're going to pitch out. Oliver can hit. Played well in the last game. Oh, no. Is there an error? Or did they picked him off? Yes! Hatcher was going, and he got picked off. That's a big help. So 2 outs. Nobody on now for Oliver. I feel a little bit better about that. See if Morgan can get out of this inning only giving up 1 run. And boy, that helped because Oliver jams it into left field. That's a double at least. Daniels goes to pick it up. So, inning not over yet. Runner at second for Jackson, who only had 1 hit and 32 at bats. Morgan can't get him. Okay, struck him out. Alright, so we did have the extra double, but no runs scored. We're through 2. Reds score on the ground out to force out 1-0 to the 3rd. Morgan strikes out. There's Sharperson. Comebacker to Jackson. That should be 2. It is. For Murray. You know, and I understand Danny Jackson is a left-hander, but he's not good. And we cannot hit him. 3 times, 9 outs have happened, and 0 hits have occurred. So, we're in trouble here. And here comes Morgan through the second time through the Reds lineup. Take a deep breath. This might be the last half inning for Morgan. Larkin hits one to center. Gibson shifting to the right. Looks to have it. He makes the catch. 1 out for Morris, who bunted and reached. Hits a ground ball to Samuel this time. Over to Murray. 2 out for Duncan. Hits a ground ball to Sharperson, who backs up, fields it, and slingshot arms it over to Murray. And we're through 3. A third of the way through this game. It's 1-0 Reds. Alright, the only good thing I can see is Jackson's thrown 48 pitches. So, but I mean, do we want him out of the game? I'd much prefer a right-hander, that's true. But look at his numbers. 4.74 ERA, 110 hits and 106 and a third innings. Should be able to hit this guy better than we do. Gibson leads off the 4th and strikes out. Here's Samuel. Now he gets, well, base hit. Nope, it's just a liner, and Davis makes a great play. It looked at first like it could have been a single, which we would have needed in the first inning, but we don't even get it there. 2 outs for Brooks. And he singles to left. That's a single. He'll turn and hold. 2 outs for Daniels. Well, at least it gives him a chance to hit against Jackson. Struck out his first time. This time it's a ground ball to Sabo. He goes the short way to Brooks. And that's it. Nothing across. The Dodgers do avoid the no-hitter. We're through 3.5. It's 1-0 Reds. And now Norm Charlton's pitching? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Ah, there's the rain delay that I talked about earlier. And Jackson is gone. So Jackson's out. That's a weird way how they signal it, because it seemed like, well, I'm supposed to be pitching. Morgan is okay. But Jackson is gone. And I wonder if I should just pull Morgan now. We got 3 innings out of him. Yeah. If it was the bottom of the order, I would say no. But I'm pulling him now. And that's why we waited. As I said earlier in the video, I wanted to make sure that Hartley gets to pitch a good amount of time when he is brought in. Now, he will bat in the next inning. We don't care about that. Okay. I do care about the score. It's still 1-0. And now the Reds will have to go to their bullpen, which they do have lefties. But there's a chance we might see a right-hander at some point. And Charlton has pitched horribly against the Dodgers this season. So that's something to look forward to. All right. If it's going to be a left-hander, that's the left-hander we'd like to see. Hartley has to get through this half inning first. Ground ball to Samuel. Over to Murray. It's close, but I think they got him. 1 out for Bragg. Struck him out. Next up, Sabo. And struck him out. All right, we're through 4. I'm feeling better. Still down. but it's only by a run. The weather looks threatening, it says. The sun's peeking out over a cloud at 75 degrees. Winds are out to left field at 5 miles an hour. All right, this is a guy who you want to see if you're the Dodgers. He has not pitched well against the Dodgers. Let's see if I can see his game log. He is known as one third of the Nasty Boys, but the nasty that he's put out this season on this replay has been not good. Not as in that's a great pitch, nasty, as in bad pitching. So let's show him against the Dodgers. On July 31st, he pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs. Granted, that was on for what the Reds were. It was on the road. It wasn't at home. Also, he pitched, I believe this was a starting role. Again, I think this was on the road. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. That's not horrible. 4 walks and 6 Ks. And he also pitched in relief on June 3rd. So these are fairly recent. An inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and only 1 strikeout. See if there's anything else lower than that. Nope. So pitching-wise, I mean, you're looking at his numbers right there. His ERA is 4.20 versus 2.74. And in the real season, they did start him 16 times. So this is not unheard of that the computer's starting him sometimes and then using him in the bullpen, which was news to me. I always remember him as a relief pitcher. And lefties hit 777. My math is right. So right-handers over 700. 741. So at home, he's much better? Yeah, he is much better at home. So we'll see if that makes a difference. Again, he's a left-hander, and we just don't usually do well, but we need at least 1 run. All right, here we go, top of the 5th. Vizcaino starts off. And he lines one into center. I don't think Davis is going to save that one. It was a base hit. All right, Vizcaino's on. He's no chance of him running. If Socha doesn't make it, then Hartley can always bunt. First throw over. And they picked him off. That's his 3rd pickoff of the season. And here Javier's not even on the team right now. Okay. Regroup, 1 out. Socha up there against Charlton. It's a fly ball to center, so Hartley won't even matter. 2 down for Hartley. And he strikes out. All right, well, wasted half inning there. We're through 4.5. 1-0 Reds. Hartley faces Hatcher, and he walks him. Now, Hatcher got picked off as well. Both teams have one. Let's see if we can lower that percentage. Not a lot. He was running last time, so I'm assuming he'd be running again, and Oliver's already had a double. Let's just pitch out and see what happens. There he goes. They're going to get him? They got him. Hatcher's had a rough day on the base paths. So 1 out against Oliver. That helps a little bit. Let's see if we can finally get this guy out. Strikes out, throw down to Murray. 2 outs in the inning. Hartley's pitched well thus far, which is surprising. He's not done well the past month. He'll face Charlton, and he walks him. All right. 2nd walk of the inning. That brings up the top of the order with Larkin. Right after I praise him, I should have kept my mouth quiet. Larkin singles into center. Charlton going to go to 3rd. Gibson's arm's only a 4. Apparently a pitcher is faster than a 4-arm. And now we're in trouble. 2 outs after the pickoff. And here's Morris. And I can go to the pen right now and bring in a lefty. There's a 95% chance Larkin's going to try to steal. which I don't think really matters, does it? Morris is going to have a high number regardless, so let's pitch out here. I'm even going to throw over. There he goes. I'm throwing there. Oh boy. He's safe? He's out. It worked. Got out of that sticky situation. Didn't even have to pitch to Morris. Because I figured if I throw over there, they may not run. All right, Vizcaino's tag got him. Nice throw by Scioscia. We're through 5. Reds still lead 1-0 in this close one. All right, Sharperson, who should hit lefties well, starts off the 6th. And it's a fly ball to left. Looks playable for Hatcher. Near the wall. He's got it. 1 out. For Murray. Man. Ground ball to Larkin. That should be an easy out. 2 down. So the left-hander thing apparently doesn't matter. Any left-hander. Here's Gibson. And I do not know what happened. He struck out, and the ball got away from Oliver and made it to first. So, wild pitch, I guess? I don't know what the KE stands for, though. No, it doesn't matter. 2 outs. Samuel's up. We don't normally try to steal here. And we're not. Samuel's going to get a shot. First throw over. Down to 57 anyhow. So, Samuel gets a chance, and he strikes out. We're through 6. 2-3. Well, not yet. We're through 5.5. 1-0 Reds. Wow, the last game I thought would be a pitching duel, and it was 2-1, but I didn't think today would be. Anyhow, Hartley's good pitch-wise. Let's see how he does against Morris. Ground ball to Murray. Got it. 1 out. The key is going to be, when am I going to take Hartley out here? These numbers look good against Duncan. Struck him out for Davis. Numbers look decent. He strikes him out. 5 Ks for Hartley. And we finally get to see a right-hander. Charlton has pulled for Rob Dibble. Now, Rob, on the season, is closer. Well, he's still below his real ERA. 3.42 versus 1.74. He's 3-2 with 11 saves. 56 hits in 55 and a third innings. 32 walks with the 78 Ks. He did have a bad game against the Dodgers. I do remember that again. I believe that was in LA. And I think Brooks is going to leave the game right here. Let's see. Pitched well here, an inning and a third, just a hit. June 23rd, in an inning and 2/3, he gave up 3 hits and 4 earned runs. In the game before that, on the 22nd, he pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits and 3 earned runs. I believe these were on the road. Let's see. So my thinking here is probably take Brooks out. The question is, Gonzalez probably comes in and plays center field and moves Gibson to, well, no. Well, Brooks is definitely not going to get a chance to hit here. I don't believe he's very good against right. So he will be replaced. The question is, do I want Wynn to pinch hit or Gonzalez? Gonzalez has been hot lately, though. So this way he might get a second chance. So Gonzalez leads off against Dibble. Daniels gets the next shot, who hits righties much better. All right, here we go. Nope, just a ground ball to Larkin. Long throw to Morris, 1 out. Gonzalez did have a home run in the Giants series. Well, no, he had a home run in the last game. He might have had a home run in the Giants series too. I have to go back and look. Either way, he's out. 1 out. You're down to 8 outs. Taking a run. We've only had 2 hits in this game. Daniels can tie it up with 1 swing, though. Not that swing. Strikeout. 2 outs for Vizcaino, who doesn't usually hit righties well, so I'm not feeling great about this. And he strikes out as well. Dibbles brought his A game. Boy, the pitching, even better than Rijo yesterday. Threw 6.5. It's 1-0 red. All right, Hartley looks strong. Those are pretty good numbers against Bragg. Oh. I'll put Gonzalez in right field. There's Gonzalez. Sorry about that. Everybody else looks similar. Harris is going to get a chance, but is that going to be Hartley's spot? Or Sam Wells? We'll see. All right, first we got to get through this half inning. Braggs hits a ground ball to Murray. He beats him to first. 1 out. For Sabo, numbers still look good. Struck him out. 6 Ks for Hartley. And 3 2/3. That's pretty good. For Hatcher, who he's walked. He's been on base twice and been erased twice. The numbers look pretty good. See if Hartley can get out of this. Nope, base hit for Hatcher. He's on it 3rd time. Poor play by Samuel at 2nd. Okay, Oliver up again. He has a double. Hatcher with an 80% chance to steal. We're going to pitch it. Again. He's going again. This time he stole it. He finally got one. He was going to get one no matter what. All right, he's on 2nd. Now, Oliver is good. So we're going to intentionally walk him. And this could be a disaster. But that forces them to make a move with Dibble. We'll see if they pinch hit here. And here comes Ron Ostertoaster. And he's pretty good pinch hitter. Pinch hitting 308. His numbers are decent against Hartley, which is a surprise. All right. I don't think anybody in the bullpen is going to be any better. But let's look. When I click the right spot. That's a 6.75. A base hit here for sure scores a run and makes it 2-0. Even Cruz is not better. Lefties are worse. So we're going to leave him in. He's going to get at least one more batter. And then that might be it. He's got 63 pitches out of 75. All right, big pitch right here. See if Hartley can get him in. Struck him out 7 Ks, and a great job for Hartley in 4 innings. And here comes their closer, Randy Myers. So this is their bullpen to perfection, how they like to run it. You've seen Charlton, you've seen Dibble, and now you see their true closer, Randy Myers. All 3 of the nasty boys in this game. All right, let's look at his pitching. He is superb. With a whip lower than 1, an ERA lower than 2, he's the one who has pitched better than his great season in 1990. He has 12 saves, 67 strikeouts, and 61 in the 3rd innings, only 40 hits. So this is going to be difficult to even get a run off of him here. But you got to try. he is left-handed. Again, that's a problem. It seems like left-handers hit him better. So it's just left-handed. Let's see if he can get on base. Fly ball to Hatcher. This should be an easy out. 5 outs to a loss. And here's Hartley. And he is not great. But I wonder if anybody here is better. Chris Gwynn is horrible. Lenny Harris is not good against lefties. These are my 3 worst hitters against left-handers. I hate using Harris. I mean, I guess there's a chance I can use Harris in the 9th inning if something happens and he runs out of pitches, so don't use him. So we're going to go with Gwynn. I can use Dempsey. But I don't see how Dempsey can get a hit either. And then you lose your catcher. I just know Chris Gwynn is not good against lefties. That's abysmal. Only 1 hit and 6 at bats. He has 3 hits and 20 at bats. 1 double. This is like worse and bad. I don't know what to pick here. Harris I might need for Samuel if they do flip around and do have a righty for some reason come up in the 9th. But right now we're not even. Yeah, we'll get to see. He will get it now. I'd rather save Harris just in case. You know what? I'm just going to leave Hartley in. I don't think any of those guys can hit any better than Hartley. I know he's going to strike out. There it is. All right, 2 outs, 4 outs to a loss for Sharperson, who can hit lefties, but he walks. Okay, tying runs on. That gives Eddie Murray a chance, who doesn't do great against lefties, but he is hitting .346 this season. 789 OPS. That's much better than anything I just saw. Sharperson not going anywhere. Hopefully he doesn't get picked off. I'm going to try immediately. And he's still there. Okay, that's good. I'm not going to take the bat out of Murray's hand. Not with 2 outs. Nope. He walks him. All right. If only that it runs up his pitch count, which he's now half of the way there. That's good. And it gives Gibson a chance, who does hit lefties well. This is a good time for a double. 2 home runs against lefties. I'll take a single right here. A single will tie the game. Sharperson should run fast enough. All right. Here we go. And he strikes out. All right. Well, at least we made him use 33 pitches in that half inning. All right. Hartley is still good. And maybe we can get 1 more out and then go to the lefty here. And he hits Larkin. All right. Well, he's done now for sure. Larkin with 24 steals on the season. I don't think he's going to run now. Up 1-0. 74%. Okay. Let's go to the lefty now. And this is a crucial situation. So it'll be good to see Mike Munoz in there and see what he can do. He's got 1 job here. First, he knocked Larkin down to 50%, so I don't think he's going anywhere. Just for the fact that he's left-handed. And Morris, you're going to see here, cannot hit left-handers. Okay, I'm showing you this because Munoz is going to give up a hit. 496 OPS, okay? I don't care what the box says. That's what it says he's done this season. Here's the box. You see the numbers. 494, 611. It's horrible. Okay. You be the judge. Let's see what happens. 1-0 Reds. Base hit. See? What move better than making that move was there? Okay. So we've had a hit by pitch and we've given up a single. And now we're in huge trouble with Duncan, Davis, and Braggs. Now we cannot leave Munoz in for more than that one pitch because Duncan can hit lefties at a huge clip. So we got to go with whoever we have best here. And we've got 3 righties in a row. Darren Holmes is going to get a chance. I don't think we're going to win this game, but I like to see these guys up against the big boys. If we do make it to the playoffs, or if we do get into a really close stretch run, I've got to see what these guys can do in pressure situations. And Holmes has pitched great, but I babied him the whole season. So we'll see what he can do here. He can strike guys out, and there are 2 big K guys coming up. Duncan he should get for sure. Let's see what happens. This is probably a loss, but this is learning for the future. That's what I'm telling myself. Pitch by Holmes. Ground ball to Vizcaino. Oh no, he's going to beat it out. They got him by a hair. Whew. All right, both runners move up though. So Davis just needs a fly ball. And it's 2-0. So Holmes needs a strikeout here. And that's what he does really well. Darren Holmes on the season. That's strikeout. 20 strikeouts in 14 innings. Against right-handers, look at these numbers. That's awesome. 14 strikeouts and 31 at-bats. That's almost half the time. All right, this is a good hitter, but he does strike out. Let's look at his numbers. Against right-handers, in 232 plate appearances, he struck out 53. Okay, so he does strike out. So this is what he needs. He needs a K right here. Can he get it? Let's find out. Pitch by Holmes. Base hit. And that'll score 2, and it'll be 3-0, and the game's over for sure. But like I said, I gotta learn about these guys, and then I see why I've been babying him. Morris did not score. It's only 2-0. All right, Holmes is going to face Braggs. Same situation. Need a strikeout. Eric Davis. 90% is ridiculous. I'm going to throw over there. See what happens. 92%. Okay, we're going to pitch out. I'll throw him a second. I'm going to try. And he stole it anyhow. Even though I pitched out. Oh, no, he's out. Okay, 2 outs. Now he doesn't need the strikeout. He just needs to get the out. 2-0 is still manageable. It's possible. Not likely. See if Holmes can get him. Fly ball to right. Looks playable. Gonzalez. So kind of a mixed grade there for Holmes. He did give up the base hit that scored a run, but he did get Braggs. All right. We're through 8. 2-0 Reds. Still have a chance. Not a really great chance. Monsanto's going to hit against Myers because he's left-handed. Ground ball to Larkin. Great play. Web Jim to get him. Is that the second great play that got Samuel today? Either way, he's 0 for 4. Here's Gonzalez. He cannot hit lefties. So, right, he cannot hit lefties. 627. You know what? That's not any worse. We'll give him a chance. Maybe he gets lucky, he gets hit or something. Ground ball to Larkin. Gonna make another Web Jim, Barry? Nope, just a regular out. 2 outs for Daniels. Home run here doesn't tie it. Just strikes out. And as expected, the Dodgers lose. I didn't expect it to be this low scoring and to be shut out. But there you see what the Reds have. And one of the reasons I like playing this game with no trades is that this team is going to be like that the rest of the season. The Giants are going to have to play that like that. The other teams in the National League East, Montreal, Pittsburgh, the Mets, are going to have to play this team like this. They're not going to sell off parts just because they're below 500. So this is a game that we could afford to lose. I'm not happy about it. The lead goes down to 3 games. Get another chance next game to win the series and try to stay on that 500 plateau that I'm looking for the rest of the season. But that's 108 games. That's 4 months into the season. That's 2/3 or 4/6, either way you want to look at it, as the 4th month completed. And we're still in first place. And we learned a little bit of information about Mike Munoz, as in he cannot get left-handers out that are horrible. And that's a situation also that needs to be rectified. Finding a left-hander for the bullpen down the stretch, and also in the playoffs if we're fortunate enough to make it, as well as my team cannot hit left-handers. Good left-handers, even mediocre left-handers. But a good job by they used their bullpen perfectly. Charlton, Dibble, and then Myers. You see what the Reds could be. Now the question is, why haven't they been that the whole season? They're 10 games back. So the next video that you will see on this channel will be a 4-month analysis for all the teams. But as of right now, I'm not upset with where we're at. We have to keep trying to win one, lose one. And again, I said I'd like to win 5 more on this trip. That means winning the next 5 in a row, or they're going to have to win one at least in New York. We'll see what happens. Who knows what the future holds. So I'd like to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Missed It by How Much.